It's probably very stupid of me to wade into yet another Black American discourse after the last one about Tyler, but I don't care. I think this one's important, so I'm going to talk about it.
Then with him being a fair-skinned male and I'm a dark-skinned female, but seeing me being loved out loud resonated with my community. Like, oh, this is beautiful. Like, dark-skinned Black woman being yearned for and loved out loud by someone who looks like Nick. Like, this is beautiful. Like, this is like healing the world in a sense, because you don't see this often, especially not in real time.
I see it every day. Every day. Like, that's what we're talking about, right? Interracial couples. Like, interracial couples.
This guy's essentially mocking the Nicolandria thing from Love Island USA, where he says their interracial relationship is healing. And she talks about, it being affecting for her community. Maybe the language is a little bit much, but he follows it up essentially with, like, what's the big deal? And he talks about a different couple who were an interracial couple where the man was Black and the woman was white. And essentially posits that, like, so what? Like, it's hypocrisy for her to be getting, like, talking about this and not really supporting him, and for him to be getting lambasted for the way that he talked about Black women. Blah, 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 blah. Lots of sort of straw men. But anyway, I don't want to deal in the cultural nuances because I don't live in America, so I won't talk about them. But I can deal in data. Fortunately, receipts are international. So, simply according to Pew Research, by the way, 10-minute Google. I Googled this for 10 minutes. Someone else could go deeper, and I'm pretty sure find way more than me. According to Pew Research, 24% of Black men will intermarry compared to 12% of Black women. So that's with all races. That means that twice the amount of Black men are dating outside of their race. So that's already quite a big discrepancy. When you break it down just between Black and white men, however, and white women and Black women, Black men will marry white women at about 7%. White men will marry Black women at about 3%. So less than half. The numbers that I can find just on like Wikipedia were worse. They were from like 2010 though. Now that's just marriage. Let's talk about dating. The data for dating is surprisingly everywhere. There are so many studies. One was run on OkCupid, which isn't really a thing anymore, and others have been done about like algorithms and dating and the messages people get. And essentially what it shows is that white men were far more likely to exclude Black women as potential matches. Furthermore, Black men also showed bias against Black women in their ratings and in their messages. There's also a lot of research to show that there's a big argument that dating app design and the algorithms amplify what they call a kind of sexual racism. Of the two that I found data on, Black women get hit the hardest, and then Asian men also get pretty hard on the male side. You can then step outside of the statistics and just look at certain cultural things that are at play right now. We've been seeing them for the last few years. In the US, you've got the whole red pill ecosystem, Fresh and Fit and the rest. They are openly, constantly saying, don't date Black women, I don't date Black women are the most difficult, blah, 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 blah. This stuff is seeping into the head of young boys. So whilst this data may have been getting slightly better, we may be headed for a period of it getting way worse. Just here in the UK, which I know isn't relevant to this discussion, but there were so many viral clips only years ago, and I'm sure they still get made, of Black boys asking other Black boys, do you date dark skin or light skin? Do you prefer dark skin or light skin? These messages keep getting filtered down generation after generation. I just think when a Black woman says her relationship resonates with her community, which is talking to Black women here, you can roll your eyes at the healing the world bit, but if you mock the sentiment, then you also kind of ignore the reality. And the reality is there, right? Clearly, I've literally got the data in front of me. There are places where this is kind of a big deal and places where this may become even a bigger deal. Again, took me 10 minutes to find all this. Like, the searching isn't that hard.